Hello and welcome to Saving Skylands, where we play, talk about, and overall love the Skylanders franchise. Yes, I'm dressed in the comfiest hoodie I could find, and today I have a very, very fun video for both of us, me and you watching. Alright, so this is going to be a debate, as you read from the title, the Supercharged Repose or the original Series 1. Which one is better? Now, there are 8 of these. There is, as follows: Fizz, Gill Grunt, Stealth Elf, Terrafin, Eruptor, Jetvac, Trigger Happy, and Rollerball. So, not gonna waste any time. Let's get into it. Now, before I start, this is a debate, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments about every one of these. If you disagree, if you agree. So, starting off, we have Fizz. Now, Fizz or Big Bubble Fizz. This one was very difficult for me, and I'm going to break it down like I'm going to do for all of these. Alright, so we got to base the attacks against each other. So, normal Fizz throws potions, can mix them up, cause explosions. One path, he can create some cool little mixtures. Other path, you got beast mode. You don't stay in beast mode on this one. This one, you stay in beast mode for as long as you want. Also, your potions make you do different things. Pretty much the same thing. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, they're really even. They are very similar, and they are. And I didn't think that I would start this video like this, but they are even. There is no winner here. And you may agree, you may disagree, but listen, they're the exact same character. Exact same. Just one shoots their attack out of a tuba, and the other one throws it. Other than that, there is hardly any difference between these two. Now, you may say, oh, he gets minus a point for not being able to stay in beast mode. Okay, yeah, no, totally agree. But he gets a minus a point because his main attack, all 3 of them, aren't as good as his. His potions are way better than his bubbles and his little splatters and everything. So, our first one, Fizz, even. Next up, this one's going to be super difficult for me. My favorite Skylander of all time, Gill Grunt. Now, you may think, oh, since you love Gill Grunt so much, you're going to hate his repose. No, it's Gill Grunt. Of course I love him. And they did a good job with him as well. He is very, very good. Now, I'm not pinning these up, putting them both in Superchargers. In perspective, in their own games. So, Gill Grunt, main attack. Harpoon shoots, it's good, it can go through the enemies, does great damage. Main attack here, not great. Unless you get, obviously, the upgrade where you can hold it and you just keep stabbing, which is great. But his main attack alone, it's very slow, it's okay overall, but it's not as good as his harpoons and doesn't have the impact as his harpoons does in like Spyro's Adventure. Overall, main attack goes to Series 1 Gill Grunt. So, next up, both have the ability to use a jetpack. Both have the ability to use it for as long as they want, depending on which path you go. He can use it for as long as he wants, no matter what. He has to have the right upgrade, but doesn't gain anything with it. He does. Next up, we have lightning attack. Just a single beam will shock the enemy. Does not do fantastic damage. Other hand, Series 1 Gill Grunt over here has the hose, which has a water hose that is very good. And if you guys have been following me for a while, I do go that path in Spyro's Adventure and Giants because of how OP it is. And in Spyro's Adventure, it is probably one of the most overpowered attacks. It reaches like halfway across the map. You can shoot starfish bombs out of it. That ability alone takes reign over Deep Dive Gill Grunt itself. Now, don't get me wrong. Deep Dive Gill Grunt is an amazing Skylander. Amazing Supercharged Skylander as well. But normal Gill Grunt gets the win. He is more dominant in his game than Supercharged Gill Grunt is in his. Now our third contestant of this versus battle, Stealth Elf. Now, This one's a no-brainer. No-brainer at all. You took one of the fastest attackers in Skyland's history and made them slow with a machine gun that doesn't move around. Now, don't get me wrong. Overall, as a Skylander, you ignore that Stealth Elf exists. You pretend you had no idea who Stealth Elf is. You'd probably like her. She's a decent Skylander. She's good. I'd say she's good. Like, she does good damage. She has good attacks. But she will never reach the amount of overpoweredness that normal Stealth Elf has and the impact she has on her game. It's not even close for me. Stealth Elf, Series 1, the winner here. Now our next one also got the Stealth Elf treatment, sadly. They took an amazing Skylander in Terrafin, and they put him with a stupid gun. Okay, listen, Terrafin wasn't fast to start off with, but the thing that made him successful was the damage that came out of these fists, and they took that away. The only hand-to-hand combat he has is where he takes his bazooka and he slams it on the ground and he jumps forward, and I find me using that all of the time. His sharpshooter gun isn't that great. Doesn't have great range at all. It doesn't shoot forward. It just shoots like little loopers, and then they go through. But they don't do a ton of damage either. Even when you charge it up and you want to shoot them into the sky, they don't come down doing a ton of damage. And yes, he can still do his burrow attack. He can come out, shoot, go under, shoot. But it's nothing compared to these. Listen, Spyro's Adventure characters may be simple, but the ones they perfected, like Bash, like Terrafin, like Robot, like Stealth Elf, are perfect for a reason, and you shouldn't have redesigned a perfect Skylander. You should have taken, not perfect Skylanders, like let's say Warnado or Spyro, and gave them the Supercharged version to give them a chance. Because this one's not even close. Supercharged Terrafin, get out of here. Normal Terrafin gets the win. Now it's time for one of my favorite Superchargers ever. And that is Lava Lance Eruptor. Now, I don't think anyone will disagree with me, but hey, it's very possible. Eruptor's not a good Skylander. By himself, he's not a good Skylander. Now, I am using their first versions, so there's no wow pows involved, because I do like his lava barf ability where he can, spit it out. But that's a Series 3. I'm not counting that. So let's compare their abilities. Lava Lance Eruptor has very fast, very powerful lance attacks that he can charge up and throw blobs of magma. Magma is what I meant to say, but they don't do a ton of damage. We're just going to stay on this one. The probably stupidest ability, and yes, I said stupidest, these little balls he spits out that do meh damage, and they don't do anything. They just roll on the ground. They're the worst move ever, versus his speed move where he can go super fast and dash, which that's what he was missing, was speed. If he had speed to dodge some attacks, he'd do great. And then lastly, I don't even want to talk about Eruptor anymore because I don't like him as a Skylander at all. He has his Erupt ability, let's say, when his Erupt ability is so much better. He has a pogo stick. He jumps around on his lance like a pogo stick, shooting lava balls everywhere. He's by far better, and this is what I meant by give a bad Skylander a second chance. And they did it perfectly. They gave a 3 out of 10 Skylander a 10 out of 10 Repose, and that is why Lava Lance Eruptor gets the win here. Now next up is a Skylander I never liked as a kid, don't really care for now, and that is Jetvac. Jetvac got Hurricane Jetvac as a Repose, and I agree, they should have given him a Repose, because he's got a good personality and he's kind of fun, but he's not that good. He's like meh, he's middle of the road. But Hurricane Jetvac, he filled in the gaps that Jetvac normal was missing, which was, I don't want to shoot air. That is not fun. Ooh, boom, air. Lightning is fun. They gave Lightning Rod lightning. Air, not fun. So let's shoot fan blades at people. amazing. Does good damage, great. No more air, fantastic. Now has a close ranged attack where he can jump on the enemies and knock them back so you can start shooting them again. But he still kept his vacuum. And it works out well. You collect coins, you can pull in the enemies, and throw back out the enemies. Great. And keeps the same kind of attacks. Not a big difference. So Hurricane Jetvac does get the win here for the sole reason that instead of shooting air, he shoots fan blades now. And also he has a short range attack now, which is what he was missing instead of like just his flight ability. Now our second to last Supercharged Repose. Trigger Happy. Trigger Happy, yes, I know mine's missing an arm, but Trigger Happy, iconic Skylander. Amazing Skylander, ton of people's favorite Skylander. But Double Dare Trigger Happy is absolutely amazing, and I think he's personally the best Supercharger in general. Thrillipede's up there too, but I think he might be better. And I don't have anything to complain because, like, both versions struggle from the same thing. Lack of health. That's it. Overall, main attacks are the exact same. Shoot really fast. Now, this is where it gets mixed up a little bit. Normal Trigger Happy can throw a safe, does really good damage. Double Dare Trigger Happy makes like fireworks shoot up from the ground. It's a meh attack. On certain upgrades, you can pull like everything, all the gold to you, but overall not really an attack. So I would give the point to normal Trigger Happy on that one. Main attack's the same. It's a draw. And then you have a machine gun that never runs out of ammo. Super fun, but one flaw. You do get stuck in one spot, and that can be bad. Then you have to get right back out. Double Dare Trigger Happy here shoots out of a cannon. Shoots out of a cannon. And then goes through a ring and causes an explosion to everyone in front of you. Yes, it's a single hit. That's the flaw. They both have a flaw, and they both have a meh move. You can probably guess what I'm going to say here. They're even. It's a draw. It's not a debate. They're both fantastic Skylanders that suffer from the same problem. That's lack of health. And one attack. That's meh. It just has its issues. But overall, it's a draw. They're both great. Now we are down to our final Supercharged Repose. Rollerball. A lot of people like Bone Bash Rollerball better. A lot of people like normal Rollerball better. But this one was hard for me. Comparing the main attacks, not a big difference. One has blades. One has fists. The normal version is faster with their attacks. Unless you throw these, which you can't do here. There's nothing to throw. Then they go and hit enemies, and then you can use your punch abilities, which I still don't think are as good as the normal version. Then you can headbutt. You can do that on both. On this one, you can do so much damage and so much critical hit. And speed is a big thing. Normal Rollerball is so much faster than Bone Bash Rollerball. One, you have to throw these boomerangs to be able to move fast. Otherwise, you just drag them along and do damage. I don't get the point of it. Like, I find myself, I never want these blades connected to my Rollerball, ever. No matter what, I always keep throwing them. Because I can heal myself. Like, she kisses the enemies and heals herself. And then she can also punch, which is way faster than using these blades. I think they just took a perfect Skylander once again and tried to do too much. That's what they did with, like, Stealth Elf and Terrafin. Like, they took an awesome Skylander that so many people love. And they, like, not butchered her. Because she's still a good Skylander, her Supercharged version. But they did too much. They tried to push it over the edge to make her great. And instead, I think they actually made her worse. And that is why normal Rollerball gets the victory for me. Anyways, this is totally all fun and games, all my opinion as well. Let me know if I'm completely wrong in the comments and why, or if you agree. This is a versus battle, so you got eight things to comment and yell at me for if I'm wrong in your eyes, because
only one opinion is right, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been Victor of Saving Skylands. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys soon.